Welcome to the Grimdark Chronicles. Something of mystery, an information repository, and a place of history and bygone times. With the archival world of Calliope lost to heretical treachery, now only a few data repositories remain. Origins and recruitment into the Ultramarines. Demetrian Titus hails from Tarentus, an agri-world in the Ultramar sector, renowned for its fertile plains and efficient governance under the Ultramarines' stewardship. As part of Ultramar's network of worlds, Tarentus supports the broader Imperium with its agricultural output and disciplined populace, traits valued by the Ultramarines for recruitment. Like many boys on Tarentus, Titus grew up revering the Emperor and the Ultramarines, who were seen as living embodiments of honor and strength. His exceptional physical and mental attributes caught the attention of Ultramarine scouts during the Trials of Selection, a series of brutal tests designed to identify worthy candidates for transformation into Space Marines. The trials required aspirants to survive deadly challenges, including treks through hostile terrain and combat against Ultramarine scouts or predatory fauna. Titus's determination and adaptability allowed him to excel, securing his selection as an aspirant. Upon passing the trials, Titus began his transformation into a Space Marine, a grueling process that involved the implantation of 19 specialized organs derived from Ultramarines' gene seed. These modifications enhanced his strength, reflexes, and cognitive abilities, turning him into a superhuman warrior. Alongside physical augmentation, Titus underwent intense psycho-indoctrination to purge fear and instill unwavering loyalty to the chapter. He was also educated in the Codex Astartes, the tactical tome written by Robout Guilliman, Primarch of the Ultramarines, which shaped his understanding of discipline and strategy. By the end of this rigorous process, Titus had not only become an Astartes but had also internalized the values of honor, sacrifice, and duty that define the Ultramarines. Early career and rise through the ranks. Titus began his service with the 10th Company of the Ultramarines, fighting alongside other neophytes under the guidance of veteran sergeants. His first deployment was against the Tyranids, an alien race known for their insatiable hunger and overwhelming swarms. During these engagements, Titus demonstrated exceptional composure under pressure, quickly adapting to the unpredictable tactics of the Tyranid hive mind. In one particularly dire encounter, his squad was ambushed by Genestealers, a lethal Tyranid subspecies. When his sergeant fell, Titus took command, orchestrating a counter-attack that exploited the terrain to create a kill zone, allowing the remaining Ultramarines to survive and achieve victory. Such actions marked him as a leader in the making. Over decades of service, Titus rose through the ranks of the Ultramarines, earning a reputation for his tactical acumen and ability to inspire his comrades. His promotion to captain of the 7th Company was a testament to his skill and leadership. The 7th Company is among the most prestigious units in the chapter, often entrusted with critical missions requiring both strength and strategy. Titus's interpretation of the Codex Astartes was unique. While he upheld its principles, he viewed it as a flexible guide rather than an unbreakable rule, a perspective that set him apart from more rigid leaders. The defense of Forge World Graia. Titus's most notable campaign occurred on Forge World Graia, an industrial hub vital to the Imperium's war effort due to its production of Titans and other advanced weaponry. The world was besieged by an orc Wandagugech, led by Warbos Grimskull, whose forces sought to loot Graia's resources. Deployed with a small Ultramarine force, Titus found himself outnumbered against the relentless orc tide. Despite these odds, he employed innovative tactics to disrupt the orcs' supply lines, slowing their advance toward Graia's manufactorums. His leadership during these early stages of the campaign stabilized the planetary defenses, buying time for reinforcements. As the campaign progressed, Titus demonstrated his prowess in direct combat and strategic command. in one critical operation. He led a charge to recapture a power generator essential for maintaining Graea's planetary shields. Facing overwhelming numbers, he used his jump pack to outmaneuver Orknob leaders, delivering decisive blows with his Thunder Hammer, while rallying his troops to hold the position. However, the conflict took a darker turn when Chaos forces, led by the sorcerer Nemeroth, revealed their presence. Nemeroth sought to use Graea's experimental warp-based technology to ascend to daemonhood, escalating the stakes. Titus personally led a strike team deep into the Forge world to thwart Nemeroth's plans. In a climactic battle, he defeated the sorcerer in single combat, preventing a catastrophic warp breach that would have doomed Graea and possibly the sector. Arrest and interrogation by the Inquisition. Despite his heroism on Graea, Titus's actions raised concerns within the Imperium. Throughout the campaign, he exhibited an unusual resistance to warp-based attacks and chaos corruption. For instance, while his fellow Ultramarines struggled against psychic assaults from Nemeroth, Titus appeared unaffected. This anomaly drew the attention of the Inquisition, an organization dedicated to rooting out heresy and chaos influence. After the campaign, Titus was arrested by the Ordo Hereticus on suspicion of latent corruption or mutation. Titus spent decades under intense scrutiny, enduring invasive psychic probes and relentless interrogations. The Inquisition sought to determine whether his resilience was a sign of heresy or an unexplainable phenomenon. Despite the grueling nature of his imprisonment, Titus maintained his composure and loyalty to the Emperor, steadfastly denying any association with chaos. His unwavering faith and adherence to Ultramarine discipline eventually convinced his interrogators of his innocence, but the experience left a shadow over his reputation. To 5 Ozelus Christ 222 Pau, then 22 then 20 Didi Wav, Primaris transformation and the Indomitus Crusade. Following his release, Titus was offered the opportunity to undergo the Rubicon Primaris procedure, a dangerous but transformative process that upgraded him into a Primaris Space Marine. This procedure, pioneered by Archmagos Belisarius Call under the direction of Robout Guilliman, enhanced Titus's already formidable abilities, granting him increased strength, resilience, and cognitive processing. The transformation symbolized his rebirth and reintegration into the chapter, although he was reassigned as a lieutenant rather than restored to his former rank of captain. As a Primaris lieutenant, Titus participated in the Indomitus Crusade, a galaxy-wide campaign launched by Guilliman to reclaim lost Imperial worlds and fortify humanity's defenses against rising threats. Titus's experience and leadership were invaluable during this crusade, particularly in battles against Necron forces and Chaos warbands. On Caria's Prime, for example, he led a surgical strike against a Necron tome complex, using his tactical knowledge to destroy a power source that threatened the entire sector. Such actions reaffirmed his place as a key figure within the Ultramarines, despite the lingering stigma of his past. Titus as a leader and his representation in media. Titus is a rare example of an Ultramarine leader who balances strict adherence to the Codex Astartes with the flexibility needed to adapt to unpredictable battlefields. While he upholds the values of discipline, honor, and strategy, he understands that rigid interpretation of the Codex can sometimes hinder success. This pragmatic approach earned him respect among his peers and subordinates. Additionally, Titus demonstrates an uncommon empathy for the Imperium's ordinary citizens. During the Graea campaign, he went out of his way to protect civilians and Imperial Guard units, recognizing their vital role in the Imperium's survival. In popular media, Titus is best known as the protagonist of Warhammer 40K, Space Marine. Voiced by Mark Strong in the first game and Clive Standen in the upcoming sequel, Titus's portrayal captures the stoic determination and humanity that define his character. The games have brought Titus to a global audience, making him one of the most recognized and beloved figures in the Warhammer 40K franchise. Legacy and significance. Titus's journey from a neophyte on Tarentus to a seasoned lieutenant of the Ultramarines exemplifies the trials and tribulations faced by the Emperor's Angels of Death. His resilience in the face of suspicion and adversity highlights the unyielding spirit of the Adeptus Astartes. Titus's story resonates with fans as a tale of loyalty, sacrifice, and redemption, adding depth to the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40K. As both a character and a symbol, he represents the ideals of the Ultramarines while challenging their limitations, making him an enduring figure in the Imperium's struggle for survival.